April showers have subsided and the May flowers are in bloom. Tonight, the table toppers, FC Naples, host number 2, Knoxville SC. As both of these clubs have blossomed into early season contenders, it sets up a fun contest made possible by Physicians Regional Healthcare System. I'm Josh Lill, happy to have you with us. And the difference between Naples and Knoxville right now, it's goal differential, and just 3 points separate the top 4 teams. A couple of expansion sides have entered the playoff conversation, but how about Westchester SC? They dropped the most points from winning positions a year ago, and they find themselves in a good spot at the start of 2026. Now, these two clubs, they met 3 times a year ago, and it was all one. Knoxville, they picked up a couple of victories and never conceded a goal. They also put an end to Naples' first season en route to a league championship, and these two teams, they match up very similarly, winning a lot of duels. They both have high work rates, combined with dominant play in the box and a lot of pace going forward. And continuing on since that game on November 8th, aside from a couple of goals in a league championship, these two clubs have been nearly identical. Matt Poland's side, they're off to another fast start, and he attributes it to layering growth and development versus rushing the process. For Ian Fuller, his side wanted to get more dangerous up front, and he has his eyes set on scoring 3 or more goals in matches more frequently this year. And tonight's player to watch, presented by Parker Hudson Homes, is Chris Garcia, and he's part of the reason that Matt Poland wanted more variety up top this year. In the El Paso native, he has been excellent, leading the team in goals and assists thus far. His dynamic play going forward and his dominance on the dribble has paved the way for his teammates to have offensive success as well, and has forced opponents to make rash decisions defensively. Over to the visitors, they wanted more flair on the year, and they certainly got it with John Murphy Jr., Dennis Kuchenkov, and Braulio Rodriguez, who contributed to the majority of the club's scoring. And for those wondering if the defending champs could become an even bigger threat this year, well, the answer is simply yes. Well, there's been plenty of tightly contested affairs between these two clubs. Never more than 1 goal has been scored. FC Naples are in search of their first score and victory against Knoxville, who have their eyes set on jumping into first place. Starters at kickoff, up next.
Luxury isn't just about how you live. At Parker Hudson Homes, we craft bespoke residences where elegance meets effortless comfort. From custom builds to refined remodels, every detail is designed around you, your style, your vision, your way of living. Create a home that's truly yours and discover Parker Hudson Homes today.
It was definitely worth the wait.
I jumped on it as soon as it was available.
Everybody's switching. I see the signs popping up all over the neighborhood.
Rock solid, super fast speeds down and up.
It's a huge upgrade.
Cost is always consistent.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
I still got it, and I still love it.
If it's in your area, you better get it. And if it's not, it'll soon be there, and you can get it then.
See your shot land on a perfectly manicured fairway. Hear the pop of a paddle meeting the ball. Feel the excitement of cheering on your team for the big win. And when the final whistle blows or the last putt drops, the day is far from over. Because here, world-class play meets white sand beaches and award-winning dining. One visit and you'll see why this is paradise in every sense. Experience it yourself in Naples, Marco Island, and the Everglades, Florida's Paradise Coast.
This match is presented by the Physicians Regional Healthcare System. Care for every goal. Presented. CC Roofing for Naples. Lalo Delgado leads the league in shutouts with 4 and just 1 change in the field for Matt Poland. It's Max Glasser. He's back into the starting 11 after missing the midweek match against Miami FC, and Kevin O'Connor is set to be a big impact in the midfield with his service and crossing abilities. And up front, the top 3 have combined for 6 goals and 3 assists in league play this year for Matt Poland. Certainly dangerous going forward, as we alluded to just a few minutes ago. And over to the visitors, Johan Garibay in net, second most clean sheets and saves in League One this year. Donovan Williams set to make his 2nd career professional start at left back. And Danny Fernandez, known as a versatile defender and a mainstay in that left center back role next to Jordan Skelton. He'll hop on the opposite side of the English defender at the right back spot. Kyle Linares set to make his first League One start for Knoxville this year. And Brodilio Rodriguez, John Murphy Jr. begin their nights on the bench as Babacar Dieng and Denis Kuchenkov lead the front line for the visitors. And there is Chris Garcia, our player to watch, set to be a force going forward. And it's Naples who will start things off in their navy blue kits. Going right to left, Knoxville left to right. Matt Thompson, our head official, checks his watch, sounds the whistle, and we are underway from the Paradise Coast Sports Complex in Naples, Florida. I'm Josh Lill, happy to have you with us tonight. It is number 1 taking on number 2 on May 2nd. Not too often you get such a good showdown in the early stages of the campaign. As Matt Thompson, quick to the whistle, has his first foul call against Chris Garcia. And Matt Thompson wants to have a word with Chris Garcia, who continues to back away. Both men sharing a line dance here in the early stages of this match. Garibay on the free kick, excuse me. But much anticipation for this match between two sides who have gotten onto a roll early on in league play and also in the US Open Cup. Cisneros pressured and loses it eventually. It was on this very field that Naples hosted Orlando City SC of Major League Soccer in the US Open Cup. It would fall 1-0. But what a big event it was for Naples and the club in its entirety. Keys to the game are presented by Florida's Paradise Coast. For Naples, the importance and emphasis tonight is just win the middle third of the pitch. Right now, both clubs with exemplary play in that area, and with the organization that Knoxville plays with, it's important for the Naples players to be in communication, and for Knoxville, it's growing the intensity. It helped Ian Fuller and company to defeat MLS side DC United in the US Open Cup, but it was lacking in that midweek showdown against Columbus Crew, and Coach Fuller feels like if they can match the intensity of their opponent, they have a good shot on any given night. This is replay brought to you by Physicians Regional Healthcare System. Farine draws the foul against Danny Fernandez. Dieng blocks that pass and Naples recover. But as mentioned, the middle third, where the ball currently is such a key tonight for both sides. Knoxville very sound in this area. They know where to pick out the right passes, as here's one. Clean chance, and Delgado way off his line, snags it out of the air. It's all set up with a nice feed from the back, and now Cisneros gliding his way into the attacking third. Keeps it with Farine. Babacar Dian rolls it back. Zaragoza shoved off the ball. Julian Cisneros showing aggressive play early on, both offensively and defensively. Push in the air, Knoxville didn't like it. And they'll get that foul call from Matt Thompson. The injury report is presented by the law offices of Mark L. Shapiro, big enough to handle serious cases, small enough to care. Just Jaden Strumeyer for FC Naples as Max Glasser back into the starting 11 for Knoxville. It's a handful. Nico Rosamilia, Scott McLeod, and Real Gill, on the injured list, and Eli Conway, along with Chris Tia, have landed themselves on the injury report leading into this match day. And with Chris Tio out, that has allowed Donovan Williams at the left back spot to make just his second professional start coming out of the Ohio State University. As Delgado calmly on it. Delgado has had a lot of success in USL League One. Was a USL Cup champ a couple of years ago with Northern Colorado. He has the second most shutouts of all time in USL League One. He's also been really good as a PK stopper. Just brings a lot of versatility as a goalkeeper and really helps set the tone for Naples as a first-year club in 2025. Chance to cross for O'Connor, takes it. Fernandez there, wouldn't allow Farine to touch. Macias. Not a lot of room to work from distance, and it's just over the head of Garibay. Aiden Macias tried a couple of looks, thought about going to the right, decided to go on his inside foot. As you can see on this Physicians Regional Healthcare System replay. Macias and FC Naples want to be aggressive. Currently third in the league in shots on target with 30 coming into this one. Not afraid to let it fly from distance. But it won't be easy for either side today. As the best way to describe the play of both these goalkeepers, John Garibay and Lalo Delgado this year, it's been brick wall-like. Garibay's been tested a little more than Delgado. 23 saves on 29 attempts. He's accumulated 3 clean sheets in the process. Certainly won't be an easy task tonight. Knoxville lead this all-time series, 2 wins and 1 draw. Probably one of the biggest wins in club history came on November 8th last year in the USL League One semifinals. Kempis Tequila, the former One Knox man, recorded the lone goal that advanced them to the championship game en route to their first ever league title and second in their cabinet as they went on to win the Players' Shield in 2025 as well. Just thinking back to that match, it was a deadlock. And we mentioned it in our pregame leading up to this match. that both of these sides, they play a similar brand of football. They have the ability to play between the lines, work well in transition, and they want to establish the press. Neither coach willing to sit back and give the opponent any breathing room. DN with the giveaway. What a crowd on hand at the Paradise Coast Sports Complex. For single game tickets, scan this QR code and you could attend one of many matches this year for FC Naples here at this beautiful stadium and facility. Always a great crowd on hand. So much support for not just FC Naples, but USL League One and American soccer as a whole. There's so much appreciation within this city for it. One of the better teams last year in league attendance was FC Naples. Not an easy place for opponents to come into and compete, but one Knoxville going toe-to-toe thus far in the 11th minute. Short field to work. If Beckstein can control, and not the case. Kurchenkov, the March Player of the Month in USL League One, draws a foul in the attacking third. It has Knoxville set up in good business. Julian Cisneros pleading his case with Matt Thompson, our head official tonight. Teddy Baker, the former Texoma man, to stand over this ball. He has 1 assist on the year. A second-year professional out of Lake Erie College and Hofstra. He has a chance to give his side an early lead with a well-placed ball. Short wall here, Baker, outswinger, it's bouncing in, deflected away by Delgado. What a team effort. The keeper got his hands on it, and the defense came to his rescue. All you can do is marvel at this team defense from FC Naples. There it is, it's off Delgado. And it's cleared away by Joshua Yoder. What a chance, that ball was just sitting right on the byline. If not for Yoder's efforts, it would have been an easy attempt for any Knoxville player to put away. But due to some good team defending, we're still scoreless. Another great chance for Knoxville, it's still in play. Floated, back post, over! Oh my goodness! Knoxville wanted a handball. A couple of great chances early on, and the only player back for Knoxville is Donovan Williams. Numbers forward. Can they capitalize? Kurchenkov has that one denied. And Naples able to recover and just boot this one. Foul there against Naples. And the crowd letting Matt Thompson hear it. As Beckstein in the vicinity. He doesn't agree with the whistle. Knoxville have found themselves on the ball. And with with that comes the limitations for Naples and how they can break through. But in the previous 3 meetings between these two sides, Knoxville has only conceded 7 shots on target and 45 box touches. At the hands of Naples, it's been a formidable defensive effort in the 3 games leading up to this one. The question is, will Matt Pullen's side be able to break through? Finally get that illustrious goal against Ian Fuller's side that they so desperately not just want, but will need. Ball inside and collected easily by Delgado. And Delgado down to the ground, holding on to that left foot. Might have taken an awkward step. And the Star Naples keeper calling on for reinforcements to help out on the pitch. Delgado in discomfort as Matt Thompson checks on him. This here, the Oxnard California native has stopped 80% of the shots he's faced. It's given a lot of confidence to Matt Pullen's defense that has been one of the best in League One this year. And of course, a great defense matched with a great offense will bring a crowd like this out to the Paradise Coast Sports Complex. The weather right now in Southwest Florida, it's a little cloudy, but an overcast never hurt anyone. It's still 80 degrees. There is rain expected in the next 28 minutes or so. And we'll be sure to keep you updated on any weather changes that take place here in Southwest Florida. Right now, a lot of rain hitting the Fort Myers area and should be passing shortly. The wind right now about 10 miles an hour to the northeast. The USL on the CBS Sports Network continues on May 13th with a primetime showdown. Newcomer AC Boise takes on high-flying FC Naples at 9 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, May 13th. Catch all the action on the CBS Sports Network. What a matchup that should be. There's so much hype over the last couple of years for Naples and Boise. A year ago, this very team started 8 games without a loss across all comps as Delgado, pressured by Kurchenkov, and forced to clear it. That 8-game unbeaten streak was tied for the longest in an inaugural League One season campaign with Union Omaha. As O'Connor, taken down by Finn McRobin, won't get away with that challenge. And of course, Boise with that sellout record against Spokane Velocity in their home opener. There's so much to be excited about, just not USL League One, but the USL in its entirety. Bigger stadiums starting to be built and filled with fan bases that have a lot of anticipation and hope to see their communities represented to the fullest, and that is exactly what you're seeing with these two clubs in front. Knoxville beginning back in 2022 as a USL 2 team. And this man, Johan Garibay, has been a part of 3 of the last 4 seasons that the team has been in USL League One. A couple of dedicated fan bases watching this match tonight. And that's one thing that certainly drives Matt Poland. Talking to him in the days leading up to this match. Wants to put on for this stellar crowding community as Cisneros, no one covering inside. Backstein was left wide open. How Knoxville didn't find him, I don't know, but wasn't able to finish. And Naples, they don't like the challenge from behind on Donovan Williams. They want a penalty. It'll stand as a corner kick. Backstein on that play. Could have gone with the one-time opportunity. Nonetheless, it sets up a corner kick presented by Anderson. Trust your home to Anderson. We are a third of the way through the hour. And one Knoxville. They found themselves with a couple of shots, one on frame. And Garibay has yet to be tested, although that one was very close. Down at the 6, it's batted away. Naples not with the most urgency, almost lost the ball, but Garcia's efforts keep it alive. Through ball up. Dangerous chance for Knoxville. Delgado off his line! And the visitors have struck. Denis Krichenkov continues his tear through 2026. This man is turning into one of the best strikers in all of USL League One. And Denis Krichenkov, with his speed and timing, able to beat the defense. And Lalo Delgado had to come off his line by a huge amount, and one-on-one, you cannot leave Denis Krichenkov. That is his 4th league goal, and one of his most impressive. Knoxville with a statement on top early. This year across all competitions, a record of 6 wins and 1 loss when scoring first. To come out and have the advantage and drop the hammer on this Naples team, not even at the 25th minute, will be key in creating momentum going forward. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Denis Krichenkov, the latest example, as this ball kicked away and Mark Torreas furious. Chris Garcia having words with Matt Thompson.
A yellow card, position to FC Naples, number 22, Joshua Yoder. This yellow card brought to you by the law offices of Markel Shapiro.
And here is a look here for the previous yellow card. So Yoder with the trip. And Torreas kicks the ball away and has some words with Matt Thompson. The challenge was fine, but it was the actions of Mark Torreas that resulted in this yellow card, sponsored by the exclusive personal injury attorneys for FC Naples, the law offices of Mark L. Shapiro. That's the 3rd booking of the campaign for Mark Torreas. Danny Fernandez with room to work. Nice centering ball. Krichenkov under duress. Knoxville spread it out. Donovan Williams. Nice individual defending from Chris Garcia. And he just forces Williams out past the byline. Excellent recovery as it looked like Williams had a step. Garcia's confidence and athleticism able to win it back for his side. Lalo Delgado wearing the captain's armband for Naples. Going back to the previous point, Denis Krychenkov, the latest example for Knoxville on the success of the newcomers this year, brought in by the higher-ups in the One Knoxville SC club. And we've mentioned it a couple times. As Teddy Baker hits the deck for Knoxville. And Ian Fuller wanted more intensity this year. And the entire staff, from assistant coaches to the head coach, to management, ownership, you name it, anybody around the facility has taken it up upon their shoulders to hold every single player accountable in terms of that daily intensity, whether it's in training or in the matches themselves, as Jaheim Brown wearing 26 off the bench immediately. And that is great leadership with Donovan Williams, who's getting the start on the back line. Able to preach to him, and there's Ian Fuller. Has to love the intensity that he's seen so far. And Denis Krychenkov, a big part of that play going forward, as the visitors simply want to impose their will on their opponents throughout all 90 minutes and added time included. Substitutions are presented by the Seminole Casino Hotel in McCallie. More in paradise. And this will be the end of the day for Teddy Baker. John Murphy Jr. will come in relief. Murphy Jr., who we highlighted in our pregame. Another great signing in the offseason, coming over from Ford Madison, where he spent a couple of years, took part in 68 matches, scored 4 goals. Had a helper along the way, but has a lot of experience. You have to go back to 2021 when he was part of the Players' Shield and League One title runs for Union Omaha. That took a touch off a Knoxville head. It will trickle out of play and set up a Naples corner kick. Scan this QR code and visit Physicians Regional Elevator. Chris Garcia, the man to take. The team's leader in assists this year. Now shares the pitch with a former teammate, John Murphy Jr., going back to the Madison days, as Garcia inside. Header close, but not enough. On the ground. Service rejected. Knoxville retrieve. And Glasser with the shove. Finn McRobb, one of 2 original members of One Knoxville on the club. Him and Danny Fernandez, part of the USL League Two team in 2022. And what a joy it's been for Ian Fuller to have a couple of original members on the team this year. Especially Danny Fernandez, who's been a perfect example of what One Knoxville wants out of their players. Not just being a great pro, but an even better human. I mentioned Fernandez and McRobb are just wonderful to work with. Had nothing but great things to say about the defenders. Especially Fernandez, whatever's asked, he's willing to do, and you're seeing that today with Danny Fernandez, the usual center back for One Knoxville, in at the right back spot as Jaheim Brown starts the day on the bench. And of course, Ian Fuller was quick to bring up current assistant coach and former player James Thomas, another member of that 2022 USL 2 team. What a fortune it is to have several players in the club who know what it's all about from start to present. Right now, one Knoxville not only looking for revenge after falling in the US Open Cup to Columbus Crew, but they want to grow from that opportunity. Got to take on 2 MLS sides this year. And Coach Fuller felt like the intensity was just a bit off in that match against Columbus. And it was a good learning lesson. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select the player's choice.
Due to the high temperature at tonight's match, the referee has indicated a cooling break.
With it being 80 degrees, the players take a hydration break. Don't want to risk anything with this weather, and played safely and not put the players in harm's way. And jumping back to the goal that we had just a few minutes ago, Denis Kurchenkov with a beautiful run, able to clear Aiden Macias. And with Lalo Delgado way off his line, Kurchenkov able to punish the veteran keeper. And the pace going forward of Kurchenkov. There's not much you can do in that scenario. As the assist officially goes to Teddy Baker. That's his second in 2026 in league play, but Baker did exit due to injury. Made way for John Murphy Jr. There's Denis Kurchenkov, the player of the month for March in League One, had 3 goals and an assist in his pro debut. Most recently out of the University of Charlotte. Also had a league high 18 shots. And was just north of an accuracy of 78% shooting the ball. I think the best word that comes to mind when you're talking about Denis Kurchenkov and his play last month, well, it's actually May, so a couple of months ago, would just be clinical. Able to get to the ball, be effective with it, and punishing as well. Player down for Knoxville, and Naples look to take advantage. Out wide to Cisneros. Macias and Torreas, a bit of those pivots. They make a box-like shape with Luca Mestrantonio and Joshua Yoder. Allow them to pick out the right passes going forward through that middle third as Bachstein intended for the header. Couldn't quite test Johan Garibay. Zaracostas has that pass intercepted. Naples had threatening intent for the moment. John Murphy Jr. provides that calming presence on the ball. Donovan Williams. And swung back around. If both teams couldn't get more identical since playing that League One semifinal back on November 8th. Look no further. Each side fell in the midweek on Wednesday by an identical score of 4-1. We talked about it for Knoxville with Columbus. There's Farine, nice through ball from O'Connor, and Garibay with the stuff. It looked so promising. And the first-year starting keeper for Knoxville, able to pry that one away. Garibay, a first-year starter for Knoxville, but a third-year player. Shared time with the veteran and former goalkeeper of the year, Sean Lewis, and learned so much from his time sharing the pitch with Lewis, as here it is for Farine. Attempted to go across the body of Garibay. Had to stretch out and eventually got the stop. Ian Fuller mentioned it wasn't easy to let Sean Lewis go, but very confident that the time has come for Johan Garibay to take over as the full-time starter for Knoxville. And you go back over the past couple of years, especially his breakthrough in the 2024 USL Cup. His time has come indeed, and won't need to make a save there, but has grown as a powerful voice for the club. He's become a solid starter for Ian Fuller. And in the midst of all of that, has grown as a leader. Once mentored by Sean Lewis, now mentoring Jonathan Burke, who's been a mainstay in the US Open Cup matches for One Knox this year. Mentioned that they have had a great tandem as the keepers for the visiting side. And just a great sight to see when you have a couple of players in the same position that help each other out, just as you saw Jaheim Brown and Donovan Williams talking things over during an injury timeout. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats, and you could have seats like those fans pitch side, and they had a few kind words to share for the One Knox players as they fix the advertising boards. And Matt Poland mentioned his side was not ready to compete on Wednesday against Miami FC when they fell 4-1. But what's good is a lot of the players on this Naples roster have anywhere from 1 to 2 years of professional soccer experience. And it was just a good learning moment, he felt like, in teaching the players how to get out of a mid-game slump. He alluded to when they were down 2-0. And okay, instead of waiting 25 minutes for a good opportunity, seek it out about 5 to 10 minutes earlier. And instead of going down 3-0 to the locker room, you could be down 2-1. As they conceded 3 goals inside the first 17 minutes before Dominic Beckstein had a critical response at the half-hour mark. Good learning lesson for Matt Poland's side. And we'll see if they can take advantage of that lesson learned in the midweek. Down by 1 with about 8 minutes to go until stoppage time. As Torres thought about it, and out to Glasser. Williams with the intercept. Cisneros on it, and a critical touch gives Naples a numerical advantage. Streaking run in the box and no push from behind. Dominic Beckstein and Kevin O'Connor with the likes of this Naples crowd quite furious that there was no penalty call, and whistle from Matt Thompson. The clouds beginning to get darker over Paradise Coast Sports Complex. The drums pounding louder and hearts beating just a little bit faster as #1 and #2 in the USL League One table match up here tonight. None of the previous 3 matches have ever seen multiple goals in a game. Knoxville with A pair of 1-0 victories and then a scoreless draw between. Will history repeat itself? Or will a new chapter and what is brewed as a nice little rivalry be written? Well, Kempis Tequila clearly not present anymore with one Knoxville, so there has to be another goal scorer. And tonight there was, Denis Krychenkov. Look below and scan this QR code to get single game tickets for FC Naples. Take part in the next home match. And many more to come throughout 2026. Farina has that one knocked away. Fernandez to take the throw. Cisneros there and heads it out. Fernandez brings a lot of physical play on the right side of the formation. To step up in space. We'll see what's needed of him here. Nice flick forward as Krychenkov defended well by Macias. The two collide and the hosts win the foul in their own defensive third. Naples have accumulated more shots than Knoxville, leading 4-3. But looking at the final third entries, the visitors have been quite dominant in that category, leading 31-17. They have found ways to get through this midfield, which has been porous at times for Matt Poland. And just alluding back to our keys to the game, this match will be won in the midfield. Whoever can fight through quicker will have the best chance to succeed, as Julian Cisneros going toe-to-toe with Danny Fernandez and wins that foul. Such physical play between those two. It's no surprise that that is the case. Just over 2 minutes until stoppage time. Denis Krychenkov with the lone score. And he hits the deck. And Joshua Yoder disagrees immediately, but shows good sportsmanship. Checking on Krychenkov. Look here on this replay, brought to you by Physicians Regional Healthcare System. Krychenkov caught the foot up high. A little ginger to his feet, but draws the free kick for his side. Knoxville have a lot of height. Jordan Skelton, who stands 6'4", the fourth-year player and captain for Knoxville. Certainly in the area. In search of a header attempt. Matt Thompson talking with Skelton, as he is on an island of his own. We'll see what unfolds. Ball to the backside. It's returned immediately. Popped into the area, floating. Delgado eventually retrieves. He's quick to Max Glasser. Under 60 seconds until the 45th minute. Eleven on 11 on the far side. Kyle Linares gives Chris Garcia no breathing room. Caputo wins it back. His pass deflected off to Reyes. And settled down by Macias. Hounded and eventually hits the deck. Macias still down. Cisneros with green grass to run. Wicked ball inside. And oh so close. Jordan Skelton livid that that ball got through. As he communicates with his players in front. And Stavros Zarakostas getting an earful from Skelton. This ball was laced through the area by Julian Cisneros. Nearly hit Backstein. And almost found the run of Kevin O'Connor on the backside. Skelton letting his guys know an easy ball like that cannot get its way through. 4 minutes of stoppage time officially announced. And stoppage time is presented by Classic Diamond Plumbing. Tight territory as Zarakostas loses that joust with Julian Cisneros. O'Connor's header. Won by Knoxville. Farine goes down and draws the foul for Naples. We've seen plenty of palms up reactions from both sides tonight. And right there, the challenge. A little much there, and rightfully whistled for the foul. Cisneros inside. Very good at getting to his right foot. And allowing a guy like Andreas Farine to run behind him and make a threatening play. And that's been a little bit of a learning process for Matt Boland with Max Glasser the couple of times that he's been unavailable. It's forced Julian Cisneros out to the right side. Jaden Strumeyer, who's unavailable tonight due to injury, would step in at the left back spot, and it's just a different combination that Coach Boland has to work with. But nonetheless, that blue-collared mentality, as the saying goes, the strength of the wolf is the pack and the strength of the pack is the wolf, is still very much relevant for Matt Boland and this Naples side, who believe that good individual defending leads to great team defending. Time running out on both clubs. If this result were to stand, it'd be Knoxville in the #1 spot come tomorrow morning. Green taken to the deck. And there it is, a yellow card shown to Knoxville. And this card is sponsored by the exclusive personal injury attorneys for FC Naples, the law offices of Mark L. Shapiro. Kickoff there to check on Farine. And Danny Fernandez whistled for the yellow card. He'll step inside, right back next to Jordan Skelton to take up some space here on the plane of the area. Critical deflection from Chris Garcia. Knoxville would have had a very good chance going forward. They were able to beat Garcia, but nonetheless, the hosts threatening late. And there is the whistle. The first half has come to an end. And it's Knoxville, the visitors, up on the table toppers, 1-0, headed into the break. Denis Krychenkov, the lone goal scorer, and we've seen a couple of cards from both sides. This play has been pretty physical, but a healthy amount of physicality. That's what happens when you get the top two teams in USL League One going at it on a beautiful Saturday night from southwestern Florida. Much anticipation has led up to this match, and the halftime score is brought to you by Physicians Regional Healthcare System. Care for every goal. There's been one of them, and one Knoxville lead, 1-0.
Back post. It's loose. It's on the doorstep. Did it go in? No sign yet.
Farine on it. He finishes it.
More tables, more entertainment, more slots, more fun. More than you expected. There's more in paradise at Seminole Casino Hotel, Immokalee.
The halftime score is brought to you by Physicians Regional Healthcare System. Care for every goal. The lone scorer tonight belongs to Denis Krychenkov, his fourth in league play, as one Knoxville lead FC Naples 1-0. Taking a look at the out-of-town scores presented by CVB, Portland Hearts of Pine, in a Northeastern clash up 3-1. And actually won against New York Cosmos. Fort Wayne in their home opener, even at 2 apiece with the Charlotte Independence. Sarasota scoreless right now with Ford Madison, and Union Omaha, the two-time league champions, will face Greenville Triumph here coming up in the next hour. Corpus Christi have their home opener against the league runner-ups from a year ago, Spokane Velocity FC, at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And the nightcap, EC Boise take on Chattanooga Red Wolves SC for the first time at 9 p.m. Eastern. These out-of-town scores and schedule is presented by CVB. There's so much to be excited about, not just throughout the remainder of this match, but the rest of the week and in the match days to come. We have plenty of news and notes coming up from around USL League One. Stay tuned for this video. The one Knoxville currently on top at the break on FC Naples 1-0.
It is halftime in League One. We hope you're enjoying your match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio. Let's take a look at some of the League One headlines. Corpus Christi has not won a match yet in league play, but a very big opening USL Cup win over Chattanooga Red Wolves. That 1-0 victory is the first ever win for Corpus Christi. Even better, it lands Corpus atop Group 3 after one match. In Group 4 of the Cup, Union Omaha defeated Indy 11 2-1. Just over a month ago, Omaha traveled to Indy and knocked the championship club out of the U.S. Open Cup. And in Group 3, Knoxville took the extra point from FC Tulsa in penalty kicks thanks to 3 PK saves by goalkeeper Johan Garibay. You don't want to face Knox in PKs right now. 3 straight penalty kick shootouts, including wins over DC United and Asheville City to advance in the U.S. Open Cup. Upcoming USL national broadcast, May 13th, AC Boise and FC Naples. USL Cup play on the 16th with Richmond Kickers in Charleston, and Rhode Island hosts Brooklyn on the 23rd. All 3 matches are on CBS Sports Network. Those are the USL headlines. We're getting closer to the second half. Let's get you back out to your match.
Prinks Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Sink your toes into soft, white sand, splash in the sparkling waters of the Gulf, and revel in the warmth of sunny, blue skies. Take a moment to breathe in the salt-touched air and listen to the tide as it rises and falls along the shoreline. This is paradise in every sense, and winter here simply feels wonderful. Experience it yourself in Naples, Marco Island, and the Everglades, Florida's Paradise Coast.
So much for saying goodbye to the April showers. The May rain is here, and Knoxville currently reigning over FC Naples 1-0. This halftime score brought to you by Physicians Regional Healthcare System. Care for every goal. Let's take a look at halftime highlights. scenarios, but couldn't muster that one through. First half stats are presented by Arthrex. Does an injury have you benched? Explore orthopedic treatment options at orthopedia.com, powered by Arthrex. Knoxville leading 1-0 and currently have the advantage in both shots and shots on target, but Naples, they've been dominant on the ball. Coach Matt Poland would love to see that against a Knoxville side that is very dominant in their presence on the ball. A few corner kicks tonight and a couple of bookings have us set up where we are. We'll be back in just a few short moments for a rainy second half between FC Naples and One Knoxville, but we'll step aside momentarily while the players take the pitch and we get set up for a great second half of play. Stay tuned with us. The final 45 minutes set to come.
It was definitely worth the wait.
I jumped on it as soon as it was available.
Everybody's switching. I see the signs popping up all over the neighborhood.
Rock solid, super fast speeds down and up.
It's a huge upgrade.
Cost is always consistent.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
I still got it, and I still love it.
If it's in your area, you better get it. And if it's not, it'll soon be there, and you can get it then.
More tables, more entertainment, more slots, more fun. More than you expected. There's more in paradise at Seminole Casino Hotel, Immokalee.
This match is presented by the Physicians Regional Healthcare System. Care for every goal. A look into the current live standings. If this result were to hold with Knoxville on top of Naples, they would become #1 in the league table as they would jump ahead by 3 points. Spokane, Velocity, and Union Omaha would stay in their spots, and right now Westchester would fall from 8th to 9th. So a lot of movement as the Richmond Kickers, with their current result, would move into the top 10 as oh. So a lot can change over the next 45 minutes of just this match alone. And we'll do our best to keep you updated on scores around the league and how the standings can change throughout. Let's get back to a rainy Paradise Sports Coast complex as the fans back on the concourse as they took some shelter, avoiding as they were hoping to avoid being drenched by Mother Nature. Knoxville and Naples back to the pitch. Dennis Kurchenkov with the lone goal in the first half. 2 out of the last 3 meetings between these two clubs have ended in 1-0 scores. Will that be the case tonight? Or will we see either Knoxville and Naples make this a bit more interesting in the final 45 minutes? Ian Fuller's side will start with it. Matt Thompson, our head official, sounds the whistle. And we are underway for the final 45 minutes of play between Naples and Knoxville. So happy to have you with us tonight. I'm Josh Lill. The weather held up for pretty much all of the first half, and then during halftime, the Clouds releasing precipitation onto this very pitch. You can see the fans where they covered a lot of ground in the stands. They're all backed up as far as possible so that they are covered by the awning on that far side of the bench. This corner kick brought to you by Anderson. Trust your home to Anderson. Without swing. Low. And batted back.
Goal kick, FC Naples.
Mentioned during halftime, Knoxville with the shots and shots on target advantage. But they were able to work into the final third at a more frequent rate than FC Naples. Chance here as Glasser steps up. Ball on the ground, a little slippery. It squeaks by Garcia and floated up ahead. Babacar Dieng settles it down. Has reinforcements. Babacar Dieng. And with Delgado way off his line and out of position, hits the deck and he is in some pain. At the edge of the 6-yard box. Attempted to steer the ball away from the feet of Babacar Dieng. It was a good attempt, but if it was played cleanly across, there were Knoxville players waiting to take advantage of Lalo Delgado, who was a tad bit out of position. Possession right now in favor of Naples by 58%. They've been dominant, but have not found as many chances as they would have liked. Backstein couldn't be found. Naples win it back, and it's Backstein into the area. Williams defending. The striker able to get to the ball first. Torreas. Glasser into the corner. And last touched by the hosts. Naples a year ago, 9 wins, 2 losses, 4 draws at home in league play. And this year with the second most home victories in USL League One with 3. This stadium has been quite kind to them. And the fans that come with it, they bring undying support every match day. And even in non-match days in the community, you can feel the love for this Naples team. And Kevin O'Connor wants to give the fans something to cheer about here in the second half. Naples were asking questions, but couldn't find answers in the first half. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Chance at the area, it's in! Denis Kurchenkov cashing in! And he has a brace on the road at Naples. What a ball through! And Denis Kurchenkov, with defenders draped over his back, able to muscle that one through. How about Babacar Dieng? It appeared he was falling down in the process. Connects with Kurchenkov, who again has a well-timed and a smart run right up that central column. Naples simply have not been able to locate him. That is now 5 goals in league play for Denis Kurchenkov. Torres evades a couple of defenders. Seeks out Backstein. Ian Fuller had such praise for Denis Kurchenkov in the days leading up to this match. Talked about how he's slowly turning into one of the most complete center forwards in this league. Mentioned every day, Denis Kurchenkov has this desperation to score and contribute for the team. Not only is he great in the air, but again, Coach Fuller was so complimentary of his movement off the ball. He knows which spaces to get into. Finds the holes in the defense and plops himself right there as Donovan Williams collides with Chris Garcia. And tempers beginning to flare in the early phases of the second half. Giovanni Migliotti and Taylor Gray set to come on for Naples. As Matt Poland wants to try and switch things up right before the hour mark. Right now, the success for Naples will rely on making those runs centrally to pull defenders back and open up play on the flanks and wings. To set up guys like Andreas Farin and Chris Garcia. So far tonight, the defense for One Knox has been quite sound in terms of tracking Dominic Backstein and having eyes on Garcia and Farin on the outside. It's simply just having their heads on swivels, ready for anything Naples will and can throw at them. Matt Poland talks about a lot of sacrifice on the attack, making impactful runs to open up play for the others. Even though the ball might not be intended for you, it could open up play on the opposite side. And Naples have tried that, but Knoxville have just been in the right spots and have made it really tough to play through the midfield. Matt Thompson pointing out the exact spot where the ball should be. And the hosts lose it. Here are the substitutions. McGlady and Gray in for Naples. It's Garcia and Macias who will see the end of their days as these substitutions are presented by the Seminole Casino Hotel in Mocali. More in paradise. There's Taylor Gray in his first year with Naples. Started 6 out of 7 matches coming into tonight. Makes his 8th appearance on the year. Brings a lot of size, creativity, and goal scoring to this Naples team, which is exactly how Matt Poland wanted to develop his attack in 2026. Now with Taylor Gray in for Chris Garcia. You have different personalities on the wings. In Farine and Gray. As Gray wearing number 7, you could see momentarily on the right side. Matt Poland values the variety that you can have on the wings, as it brings a lot of different styles of play to the game. It can also keep players in rhythm. Feels it's important to get guys involved in as many ways as possible without overdoing it, but also without leaving his guys hanging. Getting that healthy mix, but making sure the focus is maintained by his guys. That's that fine line. Naples has told us that yellow card shown to Stavros Zerakostas. That one headed on, finds Gray. Of course, that yellow card brought to you by the law offices of Mark L. Shapiro, the exclusive personal injury attorneys for FC Naples. Great, nifty move inside, and defended well by Kyle Linares. Linares, who stands 5'8" on the 6'1" Gray, gets inside positioning. Here in this Physicians Regional Healthcare System replay. How about that move? That is true football right there. A couple of players going at it. And Linares, who's just a little lower to the ground, wins that battle in the box. There's Johan Garibay in search of his 4th shutout of the year. It would tie Lalo Delgado for first in the league.
Substitution for one Knoxville. Entering the game, number 72,
Rodilio Rodriguez, the lone substitution for Knoxville, which is presented by Seminole Casino Hotel in Mocali. More in paradise. Rodriguez, part of that big trio coming in the offseason for Ian Fuller. The former 55th overall pick in the 2023 MLS Super Draft by New York City FC. Getting pivotal minutes here in the final 30 of this one. So there's a tussle in the corner. Sets up a corner kick brought to you by Anderson. Trust your home to Anderson. Naples have been good in service this year. have the most open play crosses of any team and have found a lot of success on the long ball. They thrive in set piece scenarios. As this one up for a throw in. Scan the QR code for single game tickets for FC Naples. But speaking of all those chances, crossing wise for Naples, they've had opportunities tonight. Over a dozen crosses in an attempt to spread out this Knoxville defense. But have not been able to take advantage as Rodriguez weaves his way through, leaves it for Deanne, and Delgado sliding to his feet. Keeps that one away from Babacar Deanne. O'Connor. And if there's anyone who can come alive in terms of ball movement for Naples, it's Kevin O'Connor. Leads the team this year in penalty area entries and crosses. When they need the ball moved, they go to the Irishman. You can see there's always a member of Knoxville draped on Kevin O'Connor. Goes to show the respect that this defense has for the likes of O'Connor and his playmaking from the midfield. Draped immediately. Passing lane's taken away and has to reset. Rodriguez. Seems every Knoxville player wants to look ahead and find Denis Krychenkov. Linares. Pass intended for Krychenkov. Space for Naples. Backstein there. The middle right now clogged up by Knoxville. Forces them to work outside to Gray. Turf quite slippery after the rain that poured down here at halftime. Naples take advantage and draw a free kick. Linares, Jordan Skeleton, Abel Caputo. All over, not mincing words with Matt Thompson. Here's another look at it. Knoxville thought there was a shove. Krychenkov collides with Julian Cisneros, who's back to his feet. And John Murphy Jr. not backing away anytime soon, and finally does. Matt Thompson jogging over to the Knoxville bench, hits his pocket. And a yellow card shown to one of the assistants for one Knoxville. As Matt Thompson heard that one the whole way through. The fourth official might get the assist there for the yellow card, as there was a little bit of distance between Matt Thompson and the Knoxville bench. Naples on the free kick. Inside and cannot connect. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. What a stretch this is. 4-1 Knox. They've had 4 games in 2 weeks. including tonight. In a stretch where 7 of their 8 matches across all competitions are on the road. Certainly miss their fans at home. Certainly play on the road cannot be easy. But a victory tonight in their toughest league play challenge of the year could do wonders. Farine on the ground, it's batted, sitting, and cleared away by Jordan Skelton. Number 4 back to number 4, Max Glasser, excuse me. Mastrantonio out to Glasser. Service inside, and Garibay in the air, able to handle it cleanly. Look here on the previous chance from Andres Farine. Has had a couple of sequences like that tonight where he crosses and hopes Garibay baits to bat it out, and one of his teammates is there for a second chance. Although that wasn't the case on that occasion. Awkward ball, and Farine a little frustrated, as Naples had a good chance in open field and couldn't take advantage. Williams can't find the throw he wants. Brodilio Rodriguez shown a yellow card, which is sponsored by the exclusive personal injury attorneys for FC Naples, the law offices of Mark L. Shapiro. Capuzzo testing his passing range. And Krychenkov backs down his defender and sends that one way down yonder. Joshua Yoder blanketed over Denis Krychenkov, and rightfully so. Glasser, whose crossing abilities have been praised by Matt Poland. It's been a little bit of a different look on that right side when Glasser hasn't played, as he has a knack for finding the right spots in transition to put the ball in threatening areas. And paves the way for Chris Garcia when starting to make those overlapping runs. Really those actions for both fullbacks, Julian Cisneros and Max Glasser. There's a lot going on with their players in front of them, and it makes it really tough to defend as Garibay snags that cross out of the air. Hudson Gay, the next man on for Naples here in a few moments. But back to the previous point with Max Glasser and Julian Cisneros, it is not easy, the task they have. Simply not just defenders, but facilitators. And the communication that has to go on. As you can see, Glasser taking his space with Farine stepping back. That's winger and fullback in good communication, in search of ways to pry this defense apart. As heavy touch from Glasser, out of play, and last touched by Brodilio Rodriguez. And with all those underlapping, overlapping runs on the outside for Naples, you have to give credit where credit's due to Donovan Williams and Danny Fernandez, who have been the outside backs tonight for Ian Fuller. They've picked the right moments, whether it's defending the ball or going out in space and trusting a player to fall in and recover. It's one of the reasons this Knoxville defense is one of, if not the best, in USL League One. They'll be tested here with Taylor Gray and company That ball behind the back of Backstein. And it seems the link-up play right now has just been a little bit of a shortcoming tonight for Naples. I mean, you look at Knoxville, all the plays in transition, the connecting passes that have made plays so smooth from one third to the next. The hosts have been missing the execution piece on that part tonight. Although, just under 20 minutes until stoppage time in the second half, there is an ample amount of time to get that corrected as Farine goes for goal. And misses to the left of Garibay. Here in this replay brought to you by Physicians Regional Healthcare System, Andres Farine. Not only good with his right, but even better with his left. So versatile, able to play either wing or spot. Garibay was ready for it, but Farine couldn't connect. Dominic Backstein has his day ended, and it's Hudson Gay in on the substitution presented by Seminole Casino Hotel in McCallie. More in Paradise. Gay, a local to Southwest Florida, went to South Fort Myers High School. Or get this, as a senior, recorded 33 goals and 16 assists. This match now, half a dozen substitutions for Gay this year. And that is most in USL League One. And that's where championship teams really start to form, is when you have a reliable piece coming off the bench. Like Hudson Gay, who knows his role, contributes in it and does much more. We'll see late what he can do, as this is whistled back for a foul against Naples. At Bellevue University, your success is the only thing that matters. That's why they offer education that's designed to help you achieve your next goal. Find out more at degrees.bellevue.edu/goals. John Murphy Jr. Third in minutes on Forward Madison a year ago. Has been a versatile piece for this One Knox side. He sends this ball in without swing. Did find a Knoxville head, but nothing to it. Delgado quickly up to Cisneros. Looked promising, and Naples overzealous in their attempt on that far side. In search of Andreas Farine. Garibay with the heave. O'Connor on it. The crowd certainly has shown up tonight. Matt Poland knew that would be the case. He went into this match preparing just like any other, as you don't want to mess around with your routine just because it's a rematch of the League One semifinals from a year ago, or it's number one versus number two. Very much sound in his preparation and doesn't switch things up too much, but he did mention for the players that were here last year, there's a good amount of them, and especially for the fans, this one with extra meaning tonight. There's always added emphasis on a match when it's played against the team that not only ended your season, but put a finish to your first ever campaign as a club. For some fans and certain players, there will always be that sore spot for One Knoxville. As that cross rejected. And tonight with about 15 minutes to go until stoppage time. There is still life for Naples, but they'll have to work quickly if they want to pick up their first ever victory against Knoxville. And for that matter of fact, their first ever goal against Knoxville.
FC Naples brought to you by Anderson. Trust your home to Anderson.
This corner kick is presented by Anderson. Trust your home to Anderson. Urgency on for the hosts. The wind whipping that corner flag around just a little bit. Taylor Gray set it up for Mark Torreas. Low to the ground, and Kurchenkov clears it with force. And if one Knoxville want to repeat as the best defense in the league come October and even into the early phases of November, they're off to a right start as Finn McRobb called for the shove. Right now, one Knoxville atop the league in duels won, aerial duels won, blocks and tackles won. They're second in clean sheets and have been formidable so far in 2026. Again, Naples have had good chances in terms of the build. They've set themselves up, but have not been able to test Johan Garibay. They've only done so once tonight with 64% possession. This Knoxville defense, they bent a little bit, but certainly haven't broke. And even before Fuller's arrival, back to the days of Mark McKeever leading one Knoxville over the first couple of years, into the reign of Ilya Illich as interim head coach at the end of 2024. Ian Fuller inherited a one-Knox side that had shown the capabilities to lock opponents up, no matter who it was on any given day. And since Ian Fuller took over at the start of 25, there's been new life to this attack in Knoxville. They're scoring multiple goals a game. They'd like to see more. Substitutions on for Knoxville. Jaheim Brown, the regular, starting right back in for Knoxville. Mikael Gulling in here on these substitutions presented by Seminole Casino Hotel Immokalee. More in Paradise and Will Perkins, another former Texoma player on this Knoxville roster, comes in as the final substitution. Dennis Kurchenkov, a brace today. Gives that young fan a high five and a memory he'll always hold on to. It's now 5 in league play this year for Kurchenkov. A night he'll certainly never forget. Jaheim Brown has started 6 of the 8 League One matches for Knoxville this year. This portion of the match is presented by Physicians Regional Healthcare System. Brown with a nice cut. Gouling finds him. How about the substitutions? Wreaking a little havoc on Naples. Gouling and Brown with a nice action. Ian Fuller very much values the center mid role. On a regular day, it's usually, again, Mikael Gouling at that starting spot. As you can see, he's joined in at number 17. It's all about connecting players in the build-up, combining the different skills of a multitude of guys to get the best out of them going forward. And while Gouling has been a staple of that, Abel Caputo has performed just as valiant in that department, Tristan Rose and Juan Osario in for the hosts.
Number 8, Juan Sebastian Osorio.
These substitutions brought to you by the Seminole Casino Hotel in Mocali. More in paradise. Plenty more to come as we're just under 10 minutes until stoppage time. As this match is winding down. Rodriguez nearly ran into his own man. How about Danny Fernandez? Started it right back tonight. A regular center back. And now at the left back spot. That's all you can ask for if you're a coach in this sport. The ability to cover multiple spots on any given night. Danny Fernandez, of course, exemplary of that trait. As Garibay first to it. If this result holds, Knoxville will jump into first in the League One table. Came back around. Osario. Great. Lost it out of play, and Ian Fuller couldn't believe it. Of course, Portland Hearts of Pine victorious over New York Cosmos. Header inside, right to the hands of Garibay, and Cisneros was right there. Dangerous chance. Met with strength by Johan Garibay. Best chance of the night. In addition to that incredible save earlier on by Garibay. It's been slim pickings tonight for Matt Poland's side. As the shutout draws near, Knoxville continues to fight for every ball, making it that much tougher for Naples to break through. Well, for the first time in this series history, there's been multiple goals scored in a match. They'll bring Garibay forward to take the goal kick. But the previous Knoxville victories were each 1-0, and of course there was a scoreless draw a year ago. Naples still in search of their first ever goal against Knoxville. It would need to happen very soon. As Father Time ready to put an end to this one. Scan the QR code to get your single game tickets for FC Naples. There's plenty to be excited about going forward for the hosts. It's a beautiful stadium with an excellent campus surrounding, easy parking. What is not to love? And of course, it's located in one of the most beautiful areas of the country, near Marco Island in Southwest Florida. But likewise, the opponent, one Knoxville, coming from the Great Smoky Mountains, which is also beautiful territory. Plenty of sights to see. Right now a mountain to climb for FC Naples. Header to the backside. Osorio there. O'Connor, excellent in service. Low ball recovered by Knoxville. They'll test Naples out in space. Delgado up to Gay. Taylor Gray. Another ball inside toward Julian Cisneros. He loves the idea from Gray. Made a good run. Found his way to knife through. That tightly knit defense for one Knox. Anyways, back to scores. Richmond victorious last night against Westchester SC. Charlotte and Fort Wayne even in 2 apiece. Sarasota and Madison knotted at 1-1. And if Spokane pick up any sort of points against Corpus Christi, they'll move up into 2nd in the league table, dropping Naples to 3rd. Outside ball, service in, knocked away by Delgado, and the ball is in. A scrappy play from the visitors. And it's a trio of goals on the road for Knoxville. Tough to tell in the moment here on this Physicians Regional Healthcare System replay. Here's another look at it. A lot of traffic out in front. And it's Babacar Dieng able to finish it home. Dieng with his 2nd on the year. And this one's been put out of reach. Babacar Dieng, whose professional journey began a couple of years ago with the Pittsburgh Riverhounds in the USL Championship. Had just 1 goal in his first year back in 2024. Recorded 13 across all competitions last year. Right now the sky's the limit for Babacar Dieng as he leads this Knoxville attack. Naples with it. Swung around. Look to pick out that pass. Knoxville forward. Rodriguez chasing. Keeps it in play. Rodriguez. Stoppage time just 60 seconds away. And we apologize for the previous technical difficulties. We thank you for your patience as we got that resolved fairly quickly, thanks to our amazing crew pressing the 1s and 2s in the background. Knoxville on their way to sitting pretty in that top spot in the USL League One table. One last chance here for Naples. Blocked by Brown. Second chance off ahead. Might stay in. And Matt Thompson blows this one dead immediately, as there's a couple of players down for both Naples and Knoxville. Stoppage time is presented by Classic Diamond Plumbing.
Official time is being kept on the field.
Added time is 4 minutes.
4 minutes of added time. Added time is presented by
Player down for Knoxville who took that header with a lot of courage.
FC Naples to receive 10% off your plumbing services.
Not an easy situation to step into, and that just goes to show the type of players and profiles that Ian Fuller brings to this one Knoxville side. Up 3 goals. Desperate for the shutout, and that one off of Jaheim Brown. And Matt Thompson not wasting any time calling on the medical staff. Julian Cisneros, it'll be a drop ball. Or let's see here. Matt Thompson issuing instructions to Cisneros, and that is the case with Thompson holding the ball in his arms. We're back underway. Cisneros with a nice fake on Perkins. Drifting inside, back post, and the header oh so close. It is just that type of night for FC Naples. They've done all the right things, but have been unable to will the ball into the back of the net. That's about as good of a chance as you can get. Naples nearly got there first just a few seconds ago. Hudson Gay keeping the hope alive for maybe one score. Knoxville didn't make it easy tonight. Got to the ball in a hurry. And while Naples had nearly 24 clearances, Knoxville were superior with 31. Simply got to the ball early and on time. And that's what championship teams are made of. That anticipation, the knowledge of where the ball is going to be, certain movements of players, and that's where you get the cohesion that this Knoxville side has. They'll need it when they take on Union Omaha, which is set up to be a great contest on May 13th. They'll have about 11 days off. That kickoff time 7 p.m. back in Knoxville. And for Naples, they'll go up to the Pacific Northwest to take on Spokane Velocity FC. That match will take place on May 10th. Header inside. Garibay not tested, and last touch by Knoxville. One more corner here brought to you by Anderson. O'Connor. Out. Osorio will have a go, and that one's denied by Perkins. One-timer out of the air by Farine. It's a whiff. And Knoxville will be content with letting the clock drain. Johan Garibay on his way to another shutout. It'll be his 4th. And that is a league high. Tied with the man on the other side. Matt Thompson continuing to check his watch, and there's the whistle. There's a new sheriff in town, and the defending champs are atop the USL League One table. They shut out FC Naples in dominant fashion, taking this one 3-0, and Johan Garibay with much praise for those above. And he picks up shutout number 4 in 2026. Babacar Dieng with the third goal, but it was all Denis Krychenkov leading up to that final goal as he records the brace, picking up his 5th goal in league play this year. And there is Krychenkov. But our save of the game, presented by Carter Fence, quality fences, trusted service for over 35 years. Lalo Delgado scrambling on the byline. And you know what? We'll go team defense there as Joshua Yoder took away any second chance for Knoxville in such close range. Lalo Delgado, a true shot stopper. Wasn't the cleanest of nights, but in that moment, showed up and stood his ground. Your final from the Paradise Coast Sports Complex. It's 1 Knoxville, taking this one 3-0. Your final score brought to you by Physicians Regional Healthcare System. Care for every goal. Don't go anywhere. We'll have full-time highlights and stats coming up next.
Back post. It's loose. It's on the doorstep. Did it go in? No sign yet.
Perrine on it. He finishes it.
When you taste freshness straight from the Gulf, prepared by creative chefs who are always raising the bar, it elevates your appreciation for what dining can be. From today's catch to international cuisine, there's always something new to sample. And with flavors this remarkable, you can't help but realize this is paradise in every sense. Taste it yourself in Naples, Marco Island, and the Everglades, Florida's Paradise Coast.
Final score from the Paradise Coast Sports Complex, brought to you by Physicians Regional Healthcare System. Care for every goal. It's FC Naples. They fall 3-0 to 1 Knoxville, who jump up to 1st in the League One table. While we have a moment, let's take a look at full-time highlights, also brought to you by the Physicians Regional Healthcare System. Care for every goal in the 21st minute. The shutout victory and now sits 1st in the League One table. And second half stats, are presented by Arthrex. Does an injury have you benched? Explore orthopedic treatment options at orthopedia.com, powered by Arthrex. So 3-0 victory, but Naples, they showed a lot of improvement. They jumped on top in the shots category and they owned 64% of the ball, but could only muster out 2 shots on target compared to the half dozen made by 1 Knoxville. And they certainly were cooking in terms of the corner kicks. They had 8 of them, with an opportunity to score. Couldn't take advantage, but it was a chippy affair with 4 yellow cards. But again, a healthy amount of competition and aggressiveness from both sides. Naples heads up to face Spokane Velocity on the road, whereas Knoxville will return home to face Union Omaha in 11 days. Well, Knox walk away from this one with a 3-0 victory and jump into first in the League One table. A huge thank you to our entire production crew for making this broadcast possible. I'm Josh Lill saying so long from Naples, Florida. One Knox secure the 3-0 victory on the road.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.